Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Mark Goldberg from Mark Vlogs Watches. And today we're going to talk about basically nothing. Now, usually I have something that I want to chit-chat in order to discuss, but today literally there's nothing. So this will probably post up as a video on my YouTube channel, but I advise you to turn it off right now. Unless, of course, interesting thing happens in the live comments. That could happen. Tree Dillinger, howdy. Nathan, hello there, fella from Australia. Isn't it like 6 o'clock in the morning in Australia? Today, I'm doing this video more to talk about the to talk to the punters. So somebody just asked me, sorry, this stuff is flashing past me pretty quickly. Somebody just asked, where did I buy the new intros? I got an app. Malibu, California in the house. Normally I don't talk to the fellas that are in the live stream, but I'm going to do that today. Andy Hunter, Dricos himself, the American Canadian, is with us. But today I want to talk to you guys that are live and just kind of answer any questions. 10:30 a.m. on the east coast of Australia. I've been to Australia 2 different times. I've been to Sydney and Cairns and Port Douglas and Melbourne. Australia's a beautiful place. I have never been to Brisbane. Did you guys happen to, a super chat, holy cow. Well, thanks. Didn't ask for that, but it's much appreciated. Neo, you just bought me I don't know what, something. Let's see, let me read it. Neo, $10. Hello, humanity. Mark, can you please smack all your friends upside the head and set them straight? They are worse than 5-year-olds. Can't we just talk watches? WTF? Well, Neo, I am so much with you. Tanzeel has made a comment, and I got to come back. I will get back here and scroll it, but first let me answer Neo's $10 question. Yes, I would like to knock all their little heads together, the whole lot of them. Archie and Paul. Well, okay. Actually, if you could knock Archie and Paul's head together, I think it might push them together and make one person. I think that would be a good thing. But I would like to knock all their little heads together. They're all being silly. There was a brouhaha last night on Paul's channel, on the Archie Luxury Travel channel. So go ahead and watch that. There was a brouhaha, and then there was a brouhaha, and then Clyde wound up this morning talking about it on his channel. So I don't really want to, get too deep into it. However, it was epic. All I can say is Paul's stream last night and Clyde's video this morning, they were epic. Okay, let me see. Let me go back because Tanzeel said, how many watch collectors in Elgin, Illinois would buy a Daytona ceramic for MSRP? And the answer is all of them. All of them would do that. Patrick says, you mean you can't buy a ceramic Daytona at the AD for $12,200? And the answer is no, you cannot. Actually, oddly, I was at the authorized dealer, not more than a couple of hours ago, like about 2 hours ago. Hello, Walds. This afternoon, I was at the authorized dealer nearest me, which is called CD Peacock, and that's where my Batman came from. I didn't buy it from them. I bought the Batman used, 6 months old, but it had been sold to that fella out of CD Peacock. Anyway, you know what they had? Last time, not this time, but the last time I was there, they had, what did they have? They had a gold ceramic Daytona on rubber, okay? Today, they still had 2 different Milgausses, one of them with the white dial, and that watch is discontinued, so I think it's reasonably desirable for Milgauss, but nobody really wants a Milgauss. So they have 2. One's in the shop window. That's with a blue dial and the green glass, and the other one's with white. Nobody has the steel ceramic, and you can't buy, I don't know, what's the, guys, you guys tell me, tan. What's like the cheapest you can buy one of those for with premium? Can you even buy one for $15,000? I don't think so. I think they're at least 17 or 18. Is Hisham? Oh, hello, Hisham. I'm so glad you're here. And there's the Wrangler. Thank you, Wrangler. Mark, how many dogs does Clive, these are going too fast. How many dogs does Clive have to shampoo? Yeah, well, I mean, I think Clive gets paid in shampoo. Anyway, it's all silly stuff. That's not why I came on. I'll talk about whatever you guys want, but and Tanzil, you are the puppet master. You are the man behind behind all the trouble. That's my theory. Poor Hisham last night, he turned white, under a barrage, an onslaught. And I think Tanzil is the, and quite frankly, I felt that Paul was like fairly quickly contrite. He had been drinking, The man drinks at 10 o'clock in the morning, his time. But then again, you people are paying him to do it. If you pay me right now to drink a fifth of whiskey, I'm not doing it. I'm keeping the money, and I'm not doing it. Well, guys are talking about the Daytona. Oh, a $2 super chat. What are you, New Yorker? Your views on buying a watch on monthly payout? The answer is no. Don't do such a thing, okay? Don't pay it out. There would really be only one exception, and that would be if Hisham wants to give you a 0% APR, on a steel ceramic black-faced Daytona, in which case, yeah, then I advise you to do it. Otherwise, no, because you can't afford it. If you basically if I were you guys, what I would do is I would liquidate some of the wife's jewelry at the nearest pawn shop to complete the purchase. That's what I would do. However, what I would not do is I wouldn't finance anything. There was something back there. Hang on, I got to go back and look. Somebody was saying dump the Daytona. Well, I did dump the Daytona, and I'm kind of sorry that I did that. I'm kind of sorry that I dumped my Daytona. I had a steel, not ceramic. I had a steel Daytona, white face, and I just didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. I couldn't read the damn thing. I have these glasses here. These are trifocals. Okay, I can barely see what's in front of my face right now, and I found the Daytona just impossible to read. So I dumped mine. But I'm a little sick. If I would have kept, that was like 2 years ago, and if I would have kept it, oh my God, it would have been worth so much more than what I sold it for. So that's my new policy: is never sell anything Rolex. It's like an annuity. Never sell, never liquidate. It's like a blue chip stock. Never sell it. Okay, so sorry that I did that. Somebody asked if I could talk a little bit about the new book I'm writing, and the answer is no, I can't. I am writing a new book, but I I just can't discuss the topic of it before long. I can't. And a couple of the guys are saying that they're excited for me to get the Sea Dweller 43. Of course, somebody came right to me, got right on me at the authorized dealer today. I was at the mall anyway. I didn't go there to see the dealer. But naturally, if you're within 500 yards of an authorized dealer, aren't you stopping in even though there's going to be nothing there? And it was like loaded with Datejusts. Although there were a couple of loaded with Datejusts, but there were a couple of Yachtmasters. There were 2 steel Yachtmasters there. Okay. So I think the Yachtmaster must be an unloved model. Hisham asked me, a minute ago about let me just find it, because Hisham, you said something about the Daytona. Mark, I want your views on why the Daytona is coveted, why people are going crazy over it, and why what? And why, hold on. And should I sell it? And the answer is no. Well, first, let's take the second part first. No, you shouldn't sell it. And the reason is that the only good reason to sell it is if you believe there is a bubble and it's about to burst and you'll lose value. But then again, if you sell it, you weren't even really looking to capitalize and make a premium on it anyway. So yeah, I personally, I don't think you should sell it. You said you haven't worn it. That's perfect. Leave the stickers on it. Just make it a safe queen. Never touch it. And we're interrupted by a phone call. You're a young guy, Hisham. Just save that for your son that you don't have yet, or pull it out of the bank in 15 years. And it'll be a new old stock. So I would leave it alone. Ooh, somebody has a 5.5 52.40. I forget what is it? You got the 5524. That's the pilot watch, right? The home and away time in rose gold. Yes, I offer you $37,500 for it, but hard cold cash. It's just a $50,000 watch. Anyway, so what's the deal? Why? Why, Hisham? The answer is, honestly, I don't know, but I think ever since the Paul Newman, and the Zenith movement, it's just super collectible. And I think it's one of those watches that, unlike any of the other models, Rolex has controlled and clamped down supply of so hard, so tight for so long that it's just difficult to get. I think steel Daytonas have been, I think steel Daytonas have been in super short supply for at least 10 years. So I think it's a Keynesian economics thing. It's supply and demand. So anyway, that's my take on that. Me personally, I felt that the steel one felt light. It felt flimsy. The bracelet's good because it's solid, and I had a modern one, so it had a good clasp and it had the the Easy Link system. But you know what? It has for me, it had no wrist presence, and I couldn't read the goddamn thing after like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. There wasn't enough light. All right. What's going on here? Everyone's saying hi to Mark. Mark who? Mark Yusupov? I guess. Blazing Mark? Is that Mark Yusupov? I don't know. I don't know too many Marks that can afford a, that particular Patek. Who is that? Let's see. Neo, he says he would buy a Batman or a Bluesy over the Daytona. I am in perfect agreement with that, and I have the Batman. I have to flick away lots of things that are happening now. Yeah, I figured it was Mark Yusupov. I like the Batman even better than the Bluesy. I have a Bluesy, but I have the 5-digit Bluesy. I have it, you know what? What is it? It's like a 1999 watch. So the thing is old now. It's like pushing 20 years old. And, if it was a woman, it would be fertile and ripe. But it's a 20-year-old Rolex, which means it has the old crappy clasp, has the hollow center links. But for a 5-digit 16613 Bluesy, it's just starting to turn purple, and I have full kit, which is really nice. You don't usually on a 20-year-old watch. It might even be a little older than that. You don't usually get full kit, but I've got box papers, hang tags, like everything. Tom asked, how's my boyfriend? He's out of the hospital, much better, thanks. So that was a good thing. What's your grail, Mr. Edmiston? You say it's your grail, but we don't know which of the various watches we've been talking about. And wow, another $2 from Neo. Thank you so much. How many people today here are wearing pants? And Clive said he's not. Well, I would like to show you that I am in fact wearing pants. These are shorts. And let's have a quick look at the carpet, guys. Can you see the carpet? There's no carpet beetles here whatsoever. So, and I hope you're proud of me because usually I just grab the phone and I hold it and then it shakes, but I'm using a tripod here. So, someone's asking about the, what are my thoughts on the Grand Seiko snowflake dial? Well, it's beautiful. It's a magnificent dial, especially when you macro shot the thing. For me, it would almost be a waste because I can't see that well. I can't see that well. So, but the snowflake dial is a magnificent thing. I feel that the Grand Seiko brand as a whole is a watch that is for two kinds of people. One, the real horological, knowledgeable person who has a fairly broad collection and wants to add a Japanese luxury watch to the collection. So somebody at a very high level of collecting. Or someone who's just angry at Rolex, So I have lowbrow horological tastes, which is why I have a lot of mid-tier garbage. But I think, Paul Archie doesn't get too angry at me because I have just enough Rolex to justify having all the crap that I have. Right now I'm wearing a G-Shock. Look at that, it lights up so cute. I love this watch for when I'm working, yeah. And I'm weirdly fond of it. I sleep in a watch, And I sleep in one of two watches, and it's either this one because of the light, or I have a ball. My ball watch. The new one is not here yet, the old ball watch, and it has tritium tubes, so it's lit up all night. Let's see, there's a super chat from Woody, New York, or $2. Do you service your Rolex watches every 5 years? That's a great question. And let me tell you, no, I do not, and I don't think you should either. I think the whole thing is a giant scam. I spoke with, I don't want to name this person, but this is a known person who runs a well-known service center and services Rolex using original Rolex parts. And I asked him that question, and he said, look, you service a watch when it starts running fast or slow or having some form of a problem. Now, if you start having a problem, like you put the screw, like you're trying to screw the crown down and all of a sudden it's hard or sticky, well, don't wait, right? Don't wait. But do not rush to the dealer like, oh, it's been 5 years. It's not like the oil in your car, is what he told me. So I tend to service a watch when I have the first sign of difficulty with that watch. And you know what? That's a lot longer than 5 years, like a lot. A lot. What do you guys think about that? I got to go back up because I missed the super chat that I got to read to you guys. Logan M asked me, what Seiko turtle should I buy? Logan, thank you for the $2. And well, I would, it depends on how you feel about money, right? So I would say if you don't care at all about money, I'm going to mispronounce it, but I think it's called Zimbe, Z-I-M-B-E. Someone tell me if I got that right. That thing is cool. It's kind of like black and white, monochrome, but with shades of gray. But I think it's like $1,000 or $1,200. I think it's stupid money. I think the best one in the mid-range price is the Blue Lagoon, because they've never, the Blue Lagoon is a limited edition. Nobody has ever said limited to exactly what, but we know it's limited, which means they probably made 5,000 pieces. But I really like the Blue Lagoon. That's gorgeous. If you want to go cheaper, you can now get the Patty version, which has a really beautiful blue dial. Not as beautiful as the Blue Lagoon, though. You can get the Patty on eBay for like $300 now. And you can get just a plain regular black or black and gold turtle for $200, $250, So for my money right now, at about $500, it would be the Blue Lagoon. That would be my favorite one. Yeah. All right, let's see what's going on in these comments. Yeah, the turtle saved the ocean. Thank you for that, Nathan. The turtle saved the ocean has a dial like the James Cameron. It's a little different, obviously. They've got some lines on it, but it does have the blue to black gradient. That's true, and that's kind of cool. I like my turtles. And I've even gotten used to the clasp and the snap, and I used to take turtles off of factory steel. I hate their rubber. Ugh, I wouldn't, even the decent rubber that comes with the limited edition stuff, I don't use those. I only like stainless steel, but I used to replace the Seiko stainless steel with strap code, which is admittedly very good, but I don't even bother anymore. I just got used to the Seiko strap bracelets, and I like those pretty well. So, well, nobody really seems to know. I mean, I'm getting flipping through some of the live stream comments. People have asked Hisham if Archie is really mad at him, and Hisham says he's not sure. So I guess we'll all find out next week what the response to that is. Clyde says Mark doesn't like rubbers. The answer is that is correct. I like stainless steel. There are some interesting questions here. Mr. Edmiston, do you guys think Tudor is worth the savings over Rolex? Hello, crappy watches and cheap whores. Is Tudor worth the savings? Well, that's phrased really, really funny. I think probably you should have put it the other way around, which is to say, is Rolex worth the extra money over Rolex? And in dog training, most of you know I'm a dog trainer, and in dog training, the answer to most questions starts with "it depends," and I think that's true of that particular question. Also, is Rolex worth double the money over Tudor? The answer is it depends. It depends on which model, and it depends on your collection. It depends on your economic position. So, for example, is the $8,000 sub worth $4,000 to $5,000 more than the Black Bay? The answer is yes, because you're going to get value retention there. Your sub is always going to be worth $8,000, $7,000, it'll fluctuate, but then eventually, like a stock, it'll start going up. It's a more recognized luxury brand. It's more finely crafted. So yeah, it's worth it. However, it's not worth it if you have to go into debt or if it will hurt you to buy that watch. It's got to hurt fuckers. I don't believe that. I think that, no, this is a hobby and you're not supposed to hurt yourself for your hobby. So the Black Bay is a really terrific add to anybody's collection, or it's a great entry level to luxury, because it's a beautiful watch. I flipped mine, to be quite honest, because with all the Rolexes I have, it just never got any wrist time. I do wonder really if that new GMT, the new GMT, the Tudor GMT, the only thing I don't love about it is on the bezel, I don't love the blue. I think the blue is too dark. I would have really liked to have seen that be more vivid, because I think it's a Pepsi that constantly winds up looking like a Coke. Yeah, I'm talking, it's been named the Diet Pepsi, because Rolex came out with a Pepsi, which retails for, I think, like 11,000. If you can get one, which you can't, so you have to buy it on the aftermarket at a giant premium of 18, 19, 20,000. So buying the Diet Pepsi for, what is it, like, you can get those. You can actually get those at the authorized. You might have to wait a little bit, but you can get them. Joma Shop has them with box and papers, I hear. To get that from Joma Shop, hi Jay, to get that from Joma Shop for $4,000, is it worth spending the extra 16 with the premium now to get the real Pepsi? No, it's not. So it depends. If you're talking about the GMT, yeah, it's worth it. If you're talking about the Black Bay and you're made of money and you don't have any other great Rolexes and you want to keep having your $8,000, then no, it's not. So it just sort of depends, right? Everybody, Patrick says, is it true the Black Bay is the most flipped watch? I don't know if it's the most flipped watch, but it's a flipped watch. I think so. Let me, Carrots. Hello, Carrots. Mark, your lounge looks like the inside of a strip club. Purple lighting and all. Well, hey, give me a second. Let me just find the remote control to that lighting. Here it is. Now, I barely know how to work it, but I got this little remote, and I can change the colors. Wait, there's a super chat I want to read. Yeah, thank you, Clive. Clive said, if it looks like a strip club, then make it rain, fuckers. Woody, New Yorker, $2. Is the JLC Reverso going to see, what happened? Is the JLC Reverso going to see a slow death soon? No, I wouldn't think so. The only one I've gotten handle in the flesh and in the wild belongs to Jin. Now, Jin has tiny chicken bone wrists. So soft, so hairless, so tender, so Canadian. So that watch looks big on him. He's got, I don't know, somebody tell me what it is. The Grand Date? I don't know, it's a big one. Jin has a big one. I can tell you, I personally touched Jin's big one. Clive, I'm not getting it undone until somebody pledges me $299 less, 10% using the Archie 10 code. Okay, let me change the lighting color. Let me see how that works. Hang on, guys. Let me see if I can do it. I don't know how it works. I'll try. Oh, there we go. Well, one of them is blinking. Oh, do you see that now? They're blinking. Is that going to give you guys epilepsy? They're blinking different colors. Now it looks like I'm in a 7-Eleven or like a liquor store. Hold on, I don't like it. Well, I don't know. One of them is green now and one of them is blue. So I don't know what that effect is. Okay, let's see. Mark, sell you a Reverso Grand Date Duo. I got to make a big purchase soon. Yes, I'm sure you do. Okay, so Hisham, do you prefer the bluesy over your other Rolexes? I don't know what else Hisham has, but the modern bluesy? That's the thing. I have the old bluesy. The bezels are kind of like tinny. The clasps are super crappy. Like, you know what? Here's the clasp on my, thank you, Jeff. I'm gonna get right to your question. Here's the clasp. This is just a G-Shock, okay? So I paid $230 for this on eBay. And look, I can prove it's a G-Shock. Right, see that? It lights up. Okay, anyway, this clasp is the same bloody clasp I have on my $7,000 bluesy, and or the stamped metal, you know, bit here, and then this deployant thing is actually better. Like, see, it's got a couple of buttons, and it closes with a little snick. So this, you know, this is actually better, and I swear the bracelet's even a little better. So the ceramic stuff is gorgeous. Okay, solid oyster bracelets, 409L steel, gorgeous. The glide lock clasp, amazing. The feel of the ball bearing system that clicks through that the ceramic bezels are amazing. Those old Rolexes are crap, just crap. Okay, let me go back and but the new ones are terrific. Jeff, $5. Do you think the Black Bay GMT Pepsi will hold its value, or will the novelty wear off? I gotta say, these things are guesswork, but I'm gonna say it's gonna hold its value relatively well, kind of decently. Now there are some buts. Let me tell you why I figure that it's likely to hold value. Because the next thing up, which would be the Rolex, is like 3, 4, 5, 6 times more money. That's the first thing. The second thing is that the quantity of them is being relatively controlled, and also they're not going at a giant premium, right? So if you want to be sure that it's going to hold its value, wait 1 year. You know, wait 1 year. Because in 1 year, all the guys, like Tanzil enjoyed his for a 1 week. Wasn't it tan and then you flipped it? So the rest of the punters will be flipping their Diet Pepsis 1 year from now, and so we'll know a whole lot better. But I think if it falls, it won't fall super far, and then it would come back up, because I think it's being sold at a really, really attractive price. What's the question, Mark? Why don't the Daytonas? Oh, I missed it. I don't know. I think the question was, why don't the Daytonas with the steel bezel go up as fast as the ceramic? They've just been around a lot longer. I mean, they're hard to get. Those things are expensive and stupidly difficult and hard to get. However, they've been out a lot longer than the ceramic, so that's why the premium on them is not as big at this time. To those of you who are noticing my strip club lighting, well, yeah, welcome. This is it's almost as good as Christmas. When will the Rolex GMT bubble burst? Good question. I mean, what I really want is oh, you want some Village people? My music is all on my phone, and I'm using my phone. So, and not only that, but did you know if you stream copyrighted music while you're YouTubing, I think that's a violation of creative rights. So I think I'm not allowed to do it. Mr. Edmiston says he'll strip for me. That's very nice. Please send pics to my email to evaluate whether that is something we want to indulge in. It looks like a purple. Crappy Watches and Cheap Whores said this looks like a purple Paradise Ladyboys strip club. Sounds like fun to me. You know what I really need? I need a waiter. Somebody like a mixologist, somebody to tend bar. So Jeff is saying that he'll go pick up the Diet Pepsi and then get a real Pepsi in a couple of years when he can find one and then flip it. And I think that's what we can do. Helios, no. Stench Lord, hey, have I seen Helios? No. Did Random Rob review a Helios? Random Rob and Bruce Williams review all kinds of watches in that tier, and they do some really nice reviews. So I watch both their channels religiously. I especially like Random Rob on the subject of the Monster, because Rob is just like so in love with the Monster. And I got one. It's upstairs, so I can't show it off. But I do have an orange monster with the black anodized bezel and the black anodized crown. So I really do like it. Jeff is saying that this is a civil watch channel and he finds it strange. Well, yeah, yes, this is a civil place. You know, one of these days I'm going to figure out, you know, actually, Clyde, I don't know if you're still on, Clyde, but one of these days you have to teach me how to do Google Hangouts so that you could be on with me right now. I don't know how to do it. Mark has class and shit. That's Clive. Thank you, Clive. I don't know how to, Clive doesn't know how to use iMovie, you know, which I do. I've offered to teach him. I can't send you a link, Clive. I don't know how. We're going to literally have to talk about this after, you know, this is over, and we'll do a practice one. I don't know how to do it. I've been trying to teach Clive how to use iMovie so he can make videos that are not live streamed. And he can teach me how to live stream on Google Hangouts where I can have guests, because we are both idiots. But if you put us both together, we equal one relatively, you know, smart person. There are a couple questions I want to get to. Mark, how much do you think I can sell my used black monster on a rubber strap? What color? Which one, Tom? Which, you know, if it's an orange monster, geez, $600, $700. If it depends on which one it is. You know, the best way to figure that stuff out is to go to eBay and click the check mark to get used or sold auctions, so you can view sold and final prices. So, but what you can get for your monster on a rubber is highly dependent upon which one you have. Some of those things are stupidly expensive these days. Fire up the fireplace for atmosphere. I cannot do that. It's filled with candles. I've never burned wood in there. So. But I think in the winter, yeah, we'll burn a bunch of candles there. The only thing I need is a bearskin rug for right on top of it. Okay, so there's that. I'm just reading all this. The fireside horology chat with Mark. It's true. We probably need, like, you know, we probably need to light it up. Blue Shirt Buddha says, quite a performance last night at Hashim. Very well played. I thought Hashim did terrific. Bill Sanders, he's great with computers. That's funny. That's funny. I think, you know what, we should do a GoFundMe for Bill, so we can buy him a case of Depends. Okay. I just bought a new in the box orange monster for $550 Gen 2. Generation 2, which is the ones with those shark teeth, you know, markers, that is the only generation worth anything. Gen 1 and Gen 3, I wouldn't even want one. If you got a new in-box orange monster on stainless for $550, you did great. And if you got it on rubber for $550, you still did great. Mark, is Don selling his Grand Seiko quartz? Don't know. Is he? I'm trying to catch up here. What is my next purchase? The Overfriend 79 says, well, I have two things inbound. You know, I have a ball watch coming. It is a world timer with the day and the date, which is cool. A day-date complication on a world timer. It's a highly modified ETA movement. World timer, day-date with a rotating dive bezel. So it's a ball watch that's got a lot of tritium too. It's got Arabics, really nice. Hashim, what are you saying there? Hey, Clyde, how about you give me the Pepsi Black and Coke and I give you the Daytona ceramic? Well, if you're going to go for a deal like that, Hashim, I've got a monster. I've got a Seiko monster. I've got a Patty turtle, and I have a G-Shock that I could trade you, and that way you get 3 watches for that one little ceramic Daytona. So, you know, if you want to make a deal, let me know. Yeah, I just forgot where I was before that. I got distracted. Rob's cool, but he won't sell me his Jade Monster. No, those limited edition ones, you sell them, you never can buy another one. That's the problem with those. Oh, inbound. I was talking about what's inbound. So I have that ball inbound. However, I have a deposit down on the 50th anniversary Sea Dweller. You know what, the one with the red line of text? The 43 millimeter, bad boy, you know. Now my James Cameron is in the bank and I'm starting to miss it, okay? Today I wore the Batman and then I put it away and just for shits and giggles, put on the G-Shock. But today I missed the James Cameron, so I'm probably going to go to the bank man, the bank has become a pain in the ass. Oh my God, there's 75 of you people here. Who, like, you know, now I'm gonna get nervous. I forgot I wasn't in a room alone with Clive. You know, because him and me we do this all day long. Say it again, Clive, talk slower. Okay, so no, Clive, I don't want you to be disbarred. I said disrobed. God, why won't you listen? Okay, so, oh, the bank. It's such a pain in the ass now. You know, it used to be that, I would just, they had a handprint sensor. So I would input my code into the computer at the bank, put my hand down on the handprint sensor, and then it just opened the vault, you know, and I could go in there and, you know, use my key in my box and, you know, do what I needed to do. But now they want you to show your ID and they want to hand walk you into the vault. And so it's a pain in the ass and it takes forever. Somebody said I should get a home safe. Well, I don't like that idea either. I mean, you know, I'm on YouTube. I keep very few watches at home at any given time. I'm like pretty open about what I have, you know, so I don't want some weirdo to, you know, show up at my house. I have guns, you know, and I have dogs, but nonetheless, you know, yeah, I like most of them off-site. Okay. Hide my watches in the fireplace. Under the ashes? Okay. I'm just going back here and reading. Donna's asking $1,900 for, oh, he's got a, Clive is saying that Don's asking around $2,000, $1,900 for a Seiko quartz. Well, that's very lovely. I wonder what dial it has. Hey, I heard something about, Don's having a date sticking issue with his Blanc Pond. Does anybody know how that's resolved? You know, is that getting better? You know, does he have to have it looked at? Did he force it? You know, what do we know? Oh, it's done. Clive says it's done, fixed. Well, who did what? You know, well, come on, let's have some detail. Why are you not on here with me right now? Somebody asked, you know, what prompted me to do that? What prompted me to do the YouTubers I hate video? Well, the fact is that what we are doing right now is creating content. Let's talk. This video is being called "Let's Talk About Nothing," because I had nothing to talk about. And the problem with YouTube is, if you don't regularly upload stuff, then you fuckers will forget about me. You know, and I don't want that. I don't want you to forget about me. This is all about me. I may have nothing to say, but it's very important that you hear it. Okay, so every once in a while you have to just invent stuff in order to you know, have something to talk about. And yeah, of course there's a YouTuber or two that I don't like. I know that there's more than one of them that don't like me. I know most of you are going to find this very difficult to comprehend, but I have kind of a strong personality, and I am a take it or leave it kind of a guy. I know this. You know, I think I've known this since about 3rd grade. Certainly by prom, you know, I understood it. And you know, so there's some guys who don't like me, you know, big deal. And there's some guys I don't like either, but you can watch, that was one of my latest videos. I think it's the one right before, you know, that I just did recently. But boy, it's gotten a lot of views. Somebody asked if I would ever get a dress watch, and the answer is I have a dress watch. Well, Jay, I'll only admit it to you. Anyway, I have a dress watch. I have a, oh Patrick, oh Patrick. Is that what you meant by will you call my name? Is that what you wanted? Did you tape that? Or are you gonna watch this over and over again? Send me pictures. Okay, so I have a dress watch. It's a 36, the lights are doing crazy things. I have a 36 millimeter two-tone Datejust that I bought in like 1987. Okay, so that's as close to a dress watch as I'm ever gonna get. Woody New Yorker, thank you for the $2. Your honest views on BGV's channel content. Well, look, first of all, you can actually say his name, you know, which is, I think you're talking about TGV. We don't have the policy of calling him STD on this channel, and in fact, we can say Clyde. You know, you can say any name you want here. Okay, so here's the thing. I rarely watch them. Rarely. I don't think I've watched a Tristano video in probably over a year. And there's a reason for it. There's a couple reasons. First, he goes long. He's doing the long form. You know, his videos are all 20 to 30 minutes, which, by the way, guys, I'm pretty sure that is a strategy, a YouTube strategy. You see, one of the things that you don't know about monetizing a YouTube channel is that one of the things that YouTube's algorithms and payout schedule likes, is if you engage, you engage the member, which is you, the subscriber, and you hold their attention for a long period of time. So the weird part is, you make a 6-minute video and more people are going to click on it than if you make a 30-minute video, because people have time commitment issues. They're flipping through, what am I going to watch on YouTube? I do this all the time. I see a 20-minute video and I don't even want to start it. So I don't watch him because he runs too long for me. And also, generally he's not reviewing a lot of watches that I personally am interested in. So he has a very well thought out persona that he projects that I think is very different than the real guy. But I'm not sure that Archie is really Paul and Paul is really Archie, so I don't think that matters. Let me just say it's not quite my cup of tea, but he's really popular, and there must be a reason for that. Someone's watching him. So, okay. What's my take on Archie Luxury? Sil Pasquale. I love Archie Luxury. He's the man. He's the godfather. He's the pontiff. He's the guy who sort of dragged me into this realm of making videos, along with a bunch of other guys. Okay, but yeah, I give him lots of credit. These things are flipping past so quickly, I cannot even catch them, but I'm trying to have a couple of looks through. Yeah, and Jay said, when I was new into watches, I chain watched TGV's channel and realized he wasn't as helpful as I thought. I think Archie is right that TGV flogs some watches that I don't think are worth it, such as the Squally. And then the Squally made the Tristano version, so I think there's a deal there, and I don't like it. I mean, if I review a watch and there is any remuneration in it for me, you're going to know about it at the beginning, middle, and end of that video. So yeah, no, I'm not crazy about it. You know who I really secretly have a man crush on in terms of channel? Why don't you guys guess? Who do you think, in terms of content, who do you think I have a man crush on for content? I'm just gonna sit here and wait. I have a giant bromance man crush on one guy. Bill Sanders, no. Crappy watches and cheap, no. No, it's not you, although I wish I knew who you were. Spruce Williams, I love Bruce Williams. Hondanes, nope. Nope, I haven't seen the name. Adrian from Bark and Jack, also, you know what? I really, really like all those channels. Bear Clooney's an idiot. So I can't handle that mustache. Andy, I love Andy. Theo, I'm not too crazy about him. Clive, I love Clive. I wake up and McMahon, somebody said McMahon. I do love McMahon, but he's not the guy I was thinking of. Clooney, no. No, I really do. You know what? I really like McMahon, though. But no, he's not my guy. Brad Pitt. Simon Crane, I miss Simon, but yeah, nope. Tim, I love Tim Masso's stuff is fantastic, but no, it's not Tim. God, nobody's getting it. What? And Teddy Baldassar, again, there's a channel that I watch now and again, but nope. Austin Daniels, I love Austin Daniels. Mr. Edmiston wins. And the Fat Jen, I love the Fat Jen too. Mr. Edmiston wins. Federico, I think I don't know, I could listen to Federico's voice all day long. I'm going to be honest, I love me some Federico. And I admire a guy who just starts a business because, he got really kind of screwed over by Goffberg, I think, or at least that's the story. And I just like a guy who took his passion and took a risk and has decided to make a business out of it. So I really like his channel. I feel that he is strategic in terms of the way he, I don't think someone's saying Federico buys views. I don't think so. His views seem to be proportional to his subscribership. and there are people who I suspect have bought views and maybe even the beginning run of subscribers, and then figured out how to do it on their own, which is fine. I never bought anything. To be honest with you, I don't know how. Anyway, I love me some Federico. Yeah, it's Federico. And he and I were supposed to get together for drinks because my dad lives near there, and near where Federico lives. I know right where he lives, Federico, and I know the community that he lives in near Miami, and I hope to meet him someday. I had to bail. We had an appointment for drinks, and then I had some drama come up, and I couldn't make it. So he probably thinks I'm a complete nutball whack job. I'm actually a fairly stable guy, but I had a crazy boyfriend at the time, and some crazy shit happened, so I couldn't go. Okay, so anyway, but I do. There's a whole. Listen, as much as I enjoy making content for YouTube, I would say if I had to choose between never watching anybody else's, if I had to choose between I'm only going to make YouTube or I'm only going to watch YouTube, if I could only do one, I would watch YouTube, and I'd say, bye guys, see you later fuckers, I'm gone. Because I enjoy, as much as you do, tuning in and watching people on video. I just can't help myself. So, I should grab a copy of my book and do a quick commercial. Let me get up and do that. Gotta find one. Come back. I'm not pulling an Archie. I have not gone out for a reef and beef. Here it is, guys. Your very own copy of Let Dogs Be Dogs. Available on Amazon and at Barnes & Noble and bookstores everywhere. Let Minotaurs be Minotaurs. Clive Watch Wrangler Minotaurs just wander around aimlessly in mazes, though. I don't know. I'm just trying to catch up and see if there are any. If somebody's asking, have the horns been dehorned? I think that's talking about, Archie. He's never going to get those horns off. That's part of the brand. He will take money for getting them off. He will not get them off. I think he would miss them, and I think he probably decorates them for Christmas. So. Don't you think it would be like cutting the wings off a butterfly to dehorn him? I don't think it should be done. Okay. How long we've been at this? Got 47 minutes I've been sitting here. Well, I want you to start coming up with a couple more questions so I can answer them, and then right at about the hour point, we're going to try and cut this off. Mark, what non-Rolex or Breitling high-end sports watch would you get? Let me think real quick. I don't like Omega very much, except for the Pro Prof. So there's that one. Maybe a Panerai. Or as much grief as I give Han Danes, I do like the 50 Fathoms, except for I sort of have a boner for the flyback chronograph with the blue dial and the shell engravure. My lights are going crazy, guys. Pre-Bond Seamasters I don't like, and I don't like anything Omega. Omega is just completely screwing the brand with internet offerings and junk like that. So I have a Flightmaster. Would I get a Flightmaster? Yes, I would. I have one. You know that. We should get, you know what? Clive, you and I are like Flightmaster butt buddies. So, can you pay to brand him? No, I don't think you can. I don't think Archie will be branded. But wouldn't it be, cute to put on and off, tattoo them on the horns? Yeah, speaking of Breitling, I've got 4 of them. I really only like 3 of them. So if anybody wants to buy a Super Ocean chronograph for around $2,000, I can do that for you on factory rubber. So, Patrick, I would do a state of the collection. The problem is I've never actually laid them all out at once and counted them. So people ask me how many watches I have, and the answer has been all these years, I don't actually know. I mean, I could list them out in my head, write them down, and sort of calculate it out. But I'm going to promise to do a state of the collection, and then I'm going to break that promise, which is what I've been doing for 2 years now. Zin, oh yeah, Zin. You know what? I kind of like some of those, the ones with real clear Arabics and white black dials, white Arabics. I have a love-hate relationship with Doxa because I really want to like Doxa, but I'm afraid that they're like these big shell cases and then these little tiny dials. So I'm afraid they're going to wear small, and that's why I don't have a Doxa. Let's see. No, Alex, you didn't miss anything. Zenith, everyone needs a Zenith El Primero, an El Primo, open heart. Those open heart El Primos, you know, that one that Archie has, it looks like Chinese junk. I think you have to be very careful with Zenith, don't you? Some of that stuff just looks cheap to me, and I know it's not, but it looks it. So I don't know what's up with that. I like the IWC Big Pilot. The only thing I have against it, two things. It doesn't have a dive bezel. You know, I need my fidget spinner on a watch typically. And the price, those things are stupid. How much? They're around $10,000, aren't they? So the Open Heart Zenith looks like a lady's Open Heart. Well, it looks like they look like those Seagull Armatron watches to me with the Seagull movements in it. There's more, you know, Clive, we have to do this together. There's actually more questions in the comments for you than there are for me. Steinhardt, no, I made a whole video I made a video called, is wearing a Steinhardt like wearing a Rolex? The answer is no. You know, one gives you herpes of the wrist, and the other gives you, you know, the other is the cure for erectile dysfunction. All right, people, well, I think we're running out of steam here. So, as we are running out of steam, Super Chat Mark, if you want me to answer questions, you did. Well, that's very kind of you, Clive. Thank you. Clive, how much do you charge on my channel to answer a question? I think what we should do, I love you too, baby. I think what we should do is, I think we should be willing to just chit chat with the people and answer questions and do what we do. I really kind of understand why Archie does it the way he does. Like, listen, we have 81 people on here right now, you know, which is like lovely and miraculous. But when you get up to 150 people, like Paul sometimes does, you know, the questions come so fast and furious. You can't read them all. I'm having trouble, you know, keeping up with this with 80 of you. I'm having difficulty with it. So, you know, I understand why he does what he does. I have no complaints. Although sometimes I think John Suckerhorn, you know, is, you know, I think he's the brains of that operation. So, all right, guys. Well, look, I want to thank you for spending your hour with me. If you were watching this live, I have had a blast. If you donated Super Chat money, that was unexpected, and thank you. I'm grateful. If you are watching this on the internets after it has posted up, then I appreciate your having been with me. And as username says, bye Mark, paint the sky. That's awesome. And if you watched a few more of my videos, you'll know what that means. Good night, everybody.